An update on a story that we did a few weeks ago about a brutal rape in New Delhi. 5 men have been charged with rape and murder in this case. It involved a 23-year-old woman who was on a bus with her male friend. They were both beaten, and the woman was raped multiple times for hours by up to 6 different men. And afterwards, she was left on the side of the street with her male companion, and unfortunately, she did not survive her internal injuries. She had severe injuries, and she unfortunately passed away. However, this case has sparked huge protests in India, and it's kind of highlighted the way women have been treated in their society. And people are taking to the streets because they want to see justice. They want to see something done. And politicians are calling for either the death penalty or male castration if these individuals are found guilty of rape.
Yeah, look, here's the thing. It takes about, on average, apparently 9 years, which is amazing, for a rape case to go through trial in India. Let's fix that. Okay, so castration's a fascinating concept, but instead of saying either we're going to do almost nothing as we sit there for 9 years, or we're going to immediately jump to death penalty or castration. No, fix the justice system so they get justice.
And they are working on that, thankfully. Now politicians are pushing for a way to make sure that these trials go by quicker and make sure that justice is served in a faster way. And one thing that I should note is that this isn't just a women's movement in India. You're seeing men take to the streets and protest, and you're seeing the culture change. And I think that that's really the key to solving issues like this. But at the same time, in terms of the death penalty, I'm not for the death penalty here in the United States, so I'm not for the death penalty in a different country either. But I do want justice. Castration is an interesting proposal. I'm not sure I agree with that either.
No, it's too brutal, and by the way, also irreversible. I mean, So for example, I always think of the kid in Georgia who was, 18, I believe, and he might have even been 17, and his girlfriend was 15. He was a senior, she was a sophomore. A talented guy, was going to go on to a good school, etc. And they said, nope, statutory rape. And they put him in prison for so many years, even though he got a consensual oral sex from his girlfriend, okay? And I think, well, all right, well, they called that rape, so what if they'd castrated him, right? Oh my God, no, don't do that, don't do that. Now, so you don't want to make case law based on extreme cases, because as I hear the story about the woman, of course you want to castrate all the sons of bitches who did that, right? And I mean, not only did they rape her, but they beat her so badly that she winds up dying. I mean, think about the gratuitousness of that violence as well as, so that's why when they say rape is about power, not just about sex, I mean, they have a decent point to make here. And that's why when people are roaring back with their own power, the power of the streets, saying, hey, you got to do something about this, I love it. I'm just saying that you don't have to jump from one extreme to another.
It's almost overcompensation for, decades of inaction. So it's basically them trying to make up for the fact that they did nothing when it came to all of these rape victims in the past. In a lot of cases, the women were discouraged from coming forward to authorities. If they did come forward to authorities, the authorities would convince them to not press any charges. And it's not to say that India is the only country that's having this problem.
Of course.
We're obviously having the same problem here in the United States. The Steubenville, Ohio case is a prime example, perfect example of what the way we treat rape victims in some cases here in the U.S.
Yeah, now look, some countries have it worse than others. Congo, South Africa have particularly bad rates of rape, as well as in India. But it's all the same thing that drives it. If you allow a permissive atmosphere, then you get more rape. It's also true of Native American reservations here in the United States. It's also true of the military, where we have higher rates of rape. Why? Because there's a permissive culture where they think, well, you're just supposed to take it and you're not supposed to complain about your commanding officer doing that. And then lo and behold, of course, you have more rape. That's what happens. In the Steubenville case, the kids called themselves the rape crew, and they kept getting away with it until finally, they got caught, and then Anonymous put even a bigger light on it, and then there were some serious consequences. If there are no consequences, there's more rape. It's obvious. We should get that through our head already.
Also, I should note that in northeastern India, there was a politician who was accused of going into the home of a woman and raping her at 2 a.m. in the morning. And when the villagers found out about it, here's what they did. All right, so, you're seeing a little bit of vigilante justice there.
It's amazing that he didn't walk away. Is I'm thinking like there was some significant attacks there, right?
Right.
Mosey on out,
I know,
right?
but he was outnumbered. I mean, I think if he tried to walk away, they'd go after him.
Yeah, I don't know, but look, there's no way you can tell just from that video, and they should have a fair trial, right? But it seemed weird, like he almost wanted to get like, I have this coming. That's the sense I got from watching that video.
Oh, okay. I thought you were going in a different direction, like he was enjoying it. I'm like, oh.
No.
Okay.
No, like he didn't look like a guy who was outraged that, he was innocent and being attacked in this
Right.
weirdly vicious way. He looked like, oh, I guess so,
I got caught.
Yeah, I got caught and they're beating me and they should, so I'll take it for a while before I walk away.